Scott Hudson. Some exciting matches coming up today. I know that we want to take a look at some of the brackets, but I know we've also got a lot of great action.
We've got some great action coming up today, Craig, in the second round of the tournament. Going to start it off with the bad boy, Billy Black, against Randy Rhodes. A big man against a smaller man with a great wrestling background. Should be a great match.
Billy Black got to this round with a win over Brian Adias, while Randy Rhodes beat up on Sweet Daddy Falcone in a battle of the big men. Then we've got another great match. All of them good.
All of them good coming up, especially this one. It's the Patriot facing Wild Bill Irwin. The Patriot, one of the most popular wrestlers in the GWF, the big body, the USA champ. He's against the Wild Man, Bill Irwin. Different wrestlers, great match.
The Patriot beat Stan Lane. I'm sure Jim Cornette a little bit upset about that. Stan Lane a little bit upset at Jim Cornette. While Wild Bill Irwin beat Phantasma to reach the quarterfinals. And then the action continues.
Mucken Singh against Terry Garvin. Let's talk about Mucken Singh. He used to be Norman. He doesn't want to be called Norman anymore. He wants to be called Mucken Singh. He tore the head off the teddy bear, the legs, threw it off into this crowd here at the Global Dome. He renounced everything he stood for before, and now he is from Karachi, Pakistan. He is Mucken Singh. He's taking on the very popular Terry Garvin. That should be a great match.
Mucken Singh beat Private Terry Daniels to reach the quarterfinals, while Terry Garvin, a winner over the Zebra Kid. And in our final event today, but we're just only midway through the quarterfinals there.
That's going to be Chris Walker against Rip Rogers. Rip Rogers, the hustler, would sell ice to the Eskimos against Conan. Chris Walker, yet another great match today.
It's Rogers over the Hitman. Walker beat Pretty Boy Doug Summer. We've got a lot of great action. It all starts next. Some great action thus far in the television title tournament. Let's take a look and see the action leading up to today's matchup. Yeah, one more kick. I don't think he was a kicker, though. I think he was playing wide receiver at the time.
Well, he could have been a kicker on my team right there with a boot like that to a big man like Billy Black, and he brought him up off the mat.
The elbow. Oh, my.
Billy Black almost turned a complete flip in the ring, and here goes Adias to the top. This could be the end of Billy Black's very short attempt to win the Global Television title. Oh, he got his knees up.
The knees are up, and he's got a hold of the tights, but it's a count of three. Well, we see why they call it a bad boy. To the mat, thinks he has it. Count of one, count of two. But Randy Rhodes somehow gets up. We will also see Phantasma against Wild Bill Irwin. Phantasma, one of the biggest stars of Lucha Libre in Mexico.
Can't wait to see Phantasma make his debut here in the Global Wrestling Federation, Craig. Lucha Libre, one of the great wrestling organizations in the world. Very, very exciting. It's going to be a great match later on today.
Bulldog by Randy Rhodes. You might say good night to Sweet Daddy. Good night, Sweet Daddy. As he and Stan Lane seem to think that this is match point.
Oh, this is horrible. Jim Cornette just waylaid the Patriot from behind with that racket.
No! You were talking about 2 9/10. How about 2.99 there?
Oh, my goodness, it was too close. The Patriot barely out of it. Lane, oh, we can't get him up.
Oh, Cornette goes down. Roll up 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
The red, white, and blue coming through. Watch out. Bill almost meeting the turbo. He's got the whip in his hand. Phantasma gets the whip into the midsection. Bill Irwin turning the tide.
They don't have whips in Lucha Libre, Craig. I don't think Phantasma's ever had to deal with anything like that as Bill Irwin introduces that foreign object into the ring, and Phantasma now being had at the hands of Bill Irwin.
Thank you for not saying the global object. Oh. There's the gut-wrench suplex. Count of 1, count of 2, count of 3.
Garvin wraps up the left wing there of the Zebra Kid, the left hoof, if you would, please, of the Zebra Kid. Takes him down. Lots of this good mat work. Terry Garvin knows those 5 points of balance. The head, the 2 arms, the 2 legs. He has got one of those arms working on it, but now the Zebra Kid coming back, trying to take the measure of Terry Garvin.
The Zebra Kid, reversal by Garvin. There's a possible DDT coming.
Nobody's going to get up from that.
It's time to go to the glue factory for the Zebra Kid. Match. He goes, that's not it. This is not Norman. This is Mucken Singh. And from what I understand and what I've been told by his press agent, he's not finished until it's the Karachi Crunch.
Oh, my God. What could that be?
We have yet to see it, but I got a hunch we're about to see it.
Oh, no.
Oh!
Oh, my God.
Private Terry Daniels.
Can you put cast on ribs?
Well, I think this may be a discharge.
Oh. Momentum to go right out. He looks like he wants to go to the top. He couldn't do it really quick. He had to stop and catch his breath because they've just been going at it so hard. Heavy, and he misses.
Nobody home in Conan land. Chris Walker out of the way, and now Walker, is he making a mistake by going up to the top rope?
He could be setting himself up here, Craig. Summers has been around the horn. He knows what to look out for. Look at Walker, perched and ready in that top corner.
And if Summers doesn't get up, Walker may be counted out, but hello there!
Oh.
Cross body block, 1, 2, 3! Rip of the ropes. Escaping, the Hitman, uh-oh!
He tried to pull out of that one, Craig. He's down 2. Oh, almost 3. You saw Rogers hesitate coming off those ropes. He tried to avoid that clothesline by the Hitman. He couldn't, and down he went for a 2 count.
Reversal by Rogers. Gets him down. DDT. This sales call may be over. 1, 2. Ring the bell and ring the cash register. Rip Rogers gets it. First of all, the GWF people would not let him bring anything like that in.
Well, that's good. That's certainly good. I've got to admire the GWF for not allowing Rasta the Voodoo Man to bring his voodoo dolls and the like into the ring. It just has no place in it. Now, look at Adrian Street.
Yeah, I think he's had about enough of Axel Rotten and a series of forearms, and referee Sean O'Brien. Axel Rotten has him and hits Adrian Street with it. Puts it under his arm. Count of 1, count of 2, count of 3.
Great shot by Jeff Gaylord to the midsection, and Rasta is stunned. Watch Gaylord. Another shot to the midsection. Gaylord fighting back. Rasta again, another shot. Gaylord coming back. Could this be the big Superman comeback by Gaylord? Those right hands, those stinging right hands. Gaylord's getting pumped into the ropes. Comes back a right hand that drops to the big Rasta the Voodoo Man.
Well, the Voodoo Man goes down, but look, he gets right back up.
Can anything destroy Rasta?
Here comes Gaylord in and hits his shoulder.
The shoulder.
The shoulder. Count of 1, count of 2, count of 3. And Jimmy James, wondering where in West Virginia is himself. I think he thinks he's there.
He probably wants to be there.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, this is it.
It's a hard punch, but he calls it the Bully Blaster.
Look, he just dropped. He just dropped. Well, what is this?
What is he doing? Trying to make it look like a easy pin. Oh, come on.
Once again, look, we saw how Rasta the Voodoo Man kicked out. We saw how Big Bully Busick kicked out. Just threw the man off. Landell just barely lifting that shoulder and sliding out from under the pin.
Would eek be a good word there?
Eek. You see a rat? Beside the one in the ring.
To the ropes, duck under, and oh, the big right. 2 times, 3 times. Gorgeous Gary Young. Reversal by Nature Boy Buddy Land on the roll-up. He reverses it, fling on the rope, but he gets a count of 3.
Oh, that's just terrible.
Randy Rhodes against Bad Boy Billy Black, and if I'd have to say there's a favorite on this one as far as championships are concerned, I'd have to say it's Bad Boy Billy Black, the Georgia All-Star Television Champion.
As we mentioned last time, Craig, Billy Black, a storied career in the Georgia area. He is the current Georgia All-Star Wrestling Television Champion. That's got to make him the favorite. He knows how to win matches when the pressure is on, and against Randy Rhodes today, a much bigger man, you got to give the edge to the Bad Boy Billy Black.
Now, Randy Rhodes may have the edge in his size, a very large human being.
Absolutely. You can look at him and tell he doesn't spend an awful lot of time in the gym, spends a lot of time at the Old Country Buffet or something such as that, but you can't take away his wrestling ability because you don't get into the second round of the GWF television title tournament without having some ability between the ropes.
Well, Billy Black has shown his ability not only from coast to coast, but around the globe. A certified star in Japan, where in just 3 tours, he's absolutely wowed the individuals over in Japan with some of the most incredible moves you've ever seen.
Well, the Japanese wrestling fans are very, very hard when it comes to cheering a wrestler. They want perfection in those ring ropes, and Billy Black gets cheered a lot, which says a lot about his ability.
Well, Billy Black meeting the brawling Randy Rhodes here. Black, a Georgia amateur state champion back in 1978, trying to figure out exactly how to take on the big man. Of course, in amateur ranks, you split up the weight levels, and these two guys would be on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Absolutely. Billy Black comes in. What was I forgot the announced weight up there. They lose weight so much under those lights, you never know before they're weighed back in the back before they walk to the ring, so Billy Black's weight could fluctuate a little bit there. But however you weigh him, he doesn't weigh as much as Randy Rhodes. Billy comes in probably about 225 right now, in great shape. He's in there against a much larger man, but I'll say this about Billy Black. He has wrestled the best that Japan has to offer. He's wrestled Kenta Kobashi. He's wrestled Jushin Riger. He's wrestled Naoki Sano. He's wrestled everybody over in Japan, the land of the rising sun, that can be called a great wrestler, and he's beat every one of them.
And coming from the land of the rising sun through the side of the head of Randy Rhodes was the big right hand by bad boy Billy Black.
There you get a good look at the current Georgia All-Star Wrestling Television Champion, and there's a good look at Randy Rhodes.
Now, these are two men that, quite frankly, the fans really aren't sure that they like. But Billy Black has gone from being the bad boy to a fan favorite to being a bad boy. You're not quite sure how to take the Georgia All-Star Television Champion. Now, Randy Rhodes with a little shucking and jiving, if you will.
Oh, my goodness. Well, the luck of the draw can make for some strange bedfellows, as we've talked about earlier. And here you see two men who are not the quintessential fan favorites in there. Billy Black and Randy Rhodes going at it hard and heavy. This is for all the marbles. The loser hits the shower. The winner advances in this tournament.
And Billy Black getting up to the higher elevations with the knee, the snapmare bringing the big man down, and the knee right on top of the chest. Count of 1, count of 2, and the referee getting a little bit too close to the action there. Now Rhodes, didn't see that drop kick coming. If he did, he was running so fast that all he could see were 2 soles towards the chest.
Well, I don't think Randy Rhodes can get up much steam when he tries to run fast. He just a slow crawl in there. Billy Black really taking it to the big man now.
But Rhodes beats Sweet Daddy Falcone, another big man, to make it into the second round, while Billy Black beat Brian Adias. No slouch there either. Billy Black just taking his time on the temples of Randy Rhodes.
You can see Billy Black and Randy Rhodes in there, neither one popular with the fans. They're not popular with each other, though. I don't think they like each other. We can see the beginnings of a very interesting set of matches here between these two. Oh, my goodness.
Still to come in this hour on Supercard, the Patriot against Wild Bill Irwin. Two people who are very, very tough individuals. They just come from different sides of the tracks. Wild Bill Irwin with a cracker whip. The Patriot with a salute and a red, white, and blue flag.
I can't say enough about the Patriot, Craig. I've been a wrestling fan for 20 years, ever since I was 6 years old. I've written for some of the most prestigious wrestling newsletters and magazines in the world. Oh, my goodness. And I don't think I've ever been impressed by anyone as much as I have been by the Patriot. He's an impressive individual. He's a nice guy. I'll say this. He comes to the ring in his mask. Now, sometimes wrestlers who wear masks certainly don't try to hide their identity outside of the ring. You'll see them in a restaurant without the mask, and some people would know who he is. Every time I've seen the Patriot, where he's been at a Little League baseball game with some of the kids, whether he's been out at the high school football games out there, which he's very popular at, whether he's been visiting the local hospitals, the local nursing homes, he's always in that mask, on top of being hot in there, I would imagine. How does he wash his hair? Who knows?
Well, a man who could use a mask, quite frankly, Randy Rhodes, getting the best of Bad Boy Billy Black as these two just brawling like they might have in the Badlands or up in Oklahoma where Randy Rhodes says he's from. There you see one of those thrust kicks that Bad Boy Billy Black is so good at, learning a lot of the Oriental martial arts. And there's just a Badlands bounce taking him down with a clothesline.
Billy Black, in just under 18 months as a professional wrestler, has progressed so far, so fast. It's incredible. Billy Black, in many, many publications, the Rookie of the Year in 1990. He is only going on to bigger and better things. It's just a shame he tries to take the shortcut move.
Watch out! The thrust kick right to the throat. Has Rhodes in the corner, goes up to the top turnbuckle. The moonsault off the top turnbuckle, down the count of three. The Bad Boy from the Badlands takes it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this event, Billy Black.
Let's hear some pre-recorded comments I had with Conan Chris Walker. The man known as Conan Chris Walker, and what sculptor built this body?
A lot of hard work in the gym. I've been in there every day. I'm ready to make my mark on professional wrestling. Everyone in the Southeast knows who Chris Walker is. Now the Global Wrestling Federation has given me a chance to come to this two-day tournament, and I'm going to let the whole wrestling world know that Chris Walker is going to be a force to be reckoned with. And I want to let all you wrestlers here know, Buddy Landell, Rip Rogers, all of you got a lot of experience, but I got a lot of quickness and a lot of strength, and I'm going to come out the television champion, and you better watch out.
You come from Georgia. I guess it's on to bigger and better things now.
Well, I got a lot of plans in my life, and I want to do a lot of good things. I want to be a big success, and I've been working hard for it, and it's all starting to pay off in the Global Wrestling Federation, and Chris Walker is going to be #1, and you wait and see.
Conan Chris Walker, a man who spent a lot of time building a lot of muscles, a force to be reckoned with here in the Global Wrestling Federation. We'll be seeing a lot more of this man in the days and weeks to come. Bill Irwin trying to chase our ring announcer out of the ring, trying to chase everyone out of the ring as he goes against the Patriot.
How do you defend against a whip? That thing's solid leather, 6 feet long. That could, oh boy, that could really put a welt on your back that Ajax wouldn't take off. Not that I want to put Ajax on an open wound. The Patriot, discretion being the better part of valor. Patriot taking a powder outside, letting Wild Bill Irwin get this out of his system. There's a great look at this youngster, this great American, the Patriot.
The winner of this match takes on Billy Black in the semifinals. Billy Black, a winner with a moonsault.
Oh, incredible.
Coming up next, we'll have the News Center, where we'll bring you up to date on some of the hot topics and opinions going on in the GWF and around the wrestling world. And then Bobby Blackstone has the fans' question. Always interesting to know what the fans think. But we do know what the fans think about this man, the Patriot.
This is interesting here, Craig. Usually when you hear a USA chant from the fans, you're seeing a local hero, a good American in the ring against somebody from a foreign land. I am not at all sure we're at war with wherever Wild Bill Irwin is from. I think he's from right here in
Minnesota.
Texas, from Minnesota. We're not at war with Minnesota. We don't have any problem with those guys. They're just another state in the Union. But the fans are so behind the Patriot, it's just USA.
As a matter of fact, I know for a fact the Patriot, one of his hometowns, is in Minnesota.
Absolutely.
So he has no bad feelings about the state of Minnesota. Just one bad man. That's Wild Bill Irwin.
You'll hear the Patriot announced from many different towns. He's been announced from Calhoun, Georgia, Ulysses, Texas, from Estill Springs, Tennessee. He's been announced from all over. I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's got a house in Estill Springs, Tennessee, but I'll tell you this, he wants to, he wishes he did, and he loves the people there in Estill Springs and Calhoun, in Dallas, Texas, and Los Angeles, California, in the biggest cities to the smallest little crossroads. This man loves America.
And I'll tell you one thing for sure, if he doesn't have a house there, an apartment there, he's got a lot of friends he can stay with. The Patriot, not too much of a friend with Wild Bill Irwin, but the Patriot ready for battle whenever he needs to be.
I don't want to stay in Wild Bill Irwin's house. I don't want a friend that good. There's a good look at the Patriot. Look at the body. Look at the upper body strength in the Patriot. We talk about how the body is one of the great assets to have in wrestling, but the Patriot knows how to use his body in the ring. You'll watch him. Look at these moves. Look at the counter moves, the go-behinds on Wild Bill Irwin. using amateur moves against a brawler like Irwin and doing it well. Unbelievable action here by the Patriot.
The Patriot, we don't know much about the Patriot's record. We do know a little bit about Wild Bill Irwin and some of the people he's been involved with, like the Road Warriors, Sting, Greg Gagne, the Fantastics, Andre the Giant, a tough competitor against all those men, now going against a man who's an unknown, at least to him.
We don't know who the Patriot is. As we said before, he keeps the mask on at all times. We never see him without it. Nobody ever sees him without that mask. He is such a proud American. He wants to wear the red, white, and blue 24 hours a day, and I would bet he does in there, Craig. And now, oh, here's a great display here by Wild Bill Irwin, trying to do a little strutting, a little styling and profiling, if you will, in there. And the Patriots having none of it, just going to take a little breather, work on that back, work out the kinks, and go right back at it with this maniacal man from Minnesota, Wild Bill Irwin.
Irwin with the forearm, now going to pick the big man, the Patriot, up and send him down. Patriot gets up quickly like there's no putting down the Patriot. Look at that gorgeous, we both had the same thought. Look at that gorgeous mask.
Look at the intensity in those eyes peering out from behind that red, white, and blue mask of the Patriot. He means business inside that ring. Clean break.
Sean O'Brien asking for a clean break, and that's not a clean break.
That's not clean.
Slapping the red, white, and blue. That's not something you want to do, especially in front of the fans at the Global Dome.
Absolutely not. They love the Patriot here at the Global Dome, and Bill Irwin really not winning any friends and influencing people here. Or if he's influencing us in the wrong way, the Patriot just waiting, biding his time until this man comes back in the ring. You don't slap the Patriot. I don't care if you're in an alley, if you're in a Kmart, if you're in the Global Dome, if you're in Texas Stadium. It doesn't matter where you are. You don't slap the man because just look at this body. Look at this guy. I wouldn't slap him on a bet. And Bill Irwin now trying to take the measure of the big man, sends him in. Reverse hip toss by the Patriot.
The Patriot coming back with the arm drag and picking him up, putting him down and pumping it up. Coast to coast, sea to shining sea. Bill Irwin taking a look at the body of the Patriot and said, I've seen many a body of water like this. I've seen many a strong mountain, but I've never been able to get over the mountain and across the body of water.
No way in the world can Bill Irwin think he's going to match this man muscle for muscle. You saw just the look of almost indifferent fear on the face of Bill Irwin as he looked at the Patriot standing in the middle of the ring. I think I would have just headed back to the showers and give up on this one.
This has been a great match, and still more great action to come as Terry Garvin faces the challenge of Mucken Singh. Plus, we'll see Conan Chris Walker against the man who could sell anything to anybody, Hustler Rip Rogers.
We could go on about Rip Rogers all day, but we won't, thank goodness. Let's look at the Patriot. Here he comes into the ropes, coming back off.
Don't look now, Wild Bill. Hello, there's a big man there ready to take you over with a side headlock. A little bit of a hold of the tights there.
Little hand
in the red, white, and blue.
Handful of the old tights for Bill Irwin. They don't teach you that in wrestling school.
Well, some wrestling schools they do. Those are the ones that also charge you double tuition.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very professional.
Both men to one knee, and now Wild Bill Irwin getting up first, the Patriot following, holding on to that headlock. Tried to break it, but just a clamping down by the Patriot on the temples of Wild Bill Irwin.
I would love to know more about the background of the Patriot. Where does he come from? Who does he run with? Who are his friends? Where does he work out? He obviously doesn't get this kind of body by eating tacos and nachos and drinking cold beers. He works out in that gym. We've got to find out more about this man. He's just so mysterious. We don't know who he is, where he comes from, other than he's from Esther Springs, Tennessee, and Calhoun, Georgia, and Ulysses, Texas, and Edina, Minnesota, and everywhere else in the world. Other than that, we know nothing about him, and that doesn't tell us an awful lot, except he's either got a lot of money or a real bad travel agent.
And he also has probably a gym in every town he's from. Here is the whip. No, reversal by the Patriot. Put the big boot that Wild Bill Irwin is so known for. Now going to work. The snake skins pounded down on the pectorals and the head of the Patriot.
That's some big pectorals, and that's also a big head. Takes a big boot to kick a big man like that, but Bill Irwin's got him.
Irwin bringing that one in from right field. Trying to take the Patriot down.
The Patriot is stunned. We can't underestimate the ability of Bill Irwin, who was also one half of the AWA Tag Team Champions. He's been one half of the old UWF Tag Team Champions with the late bad Leroy Brown a few years ago. Irwin has been around the horn a couple of times, and he knows how to do it, and there he is doing it to the Patriot.
Well, he took the Patriot around and put him down there, count of one. But Irwin says, I haven't given this man enough punishment.
That is
a big mistake.
Oh, that's a mistake.
You don't let the Patriot have a second chance and expect to still defeat him.
That could have been the only time we'll ever see the Patriot come close to being pinned in the middle of the ring, and Irwin did not take it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable arrogance on the part of Wild Bill Irwin.
Well, Wild Bill Irwin apparently says, I have a trip right into the semifinals to meet bad boy Billy Black. Irwin going for the whip. Sean O'Brien warning him. But look behind. The Patriot goes up to the skies, getting ready to take off and fly. The Patriot missile lands right where it goes. 1, 2, 3. The Red Red 2 coming through.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match was Clark and known, the Patriot!
We go next to the news center, but first let's take a look at the Patriot missile high above the air, right down to Wild Bill Irwin. The news center is next. On this edition of the Wrestling News Center, I want to talk about some of the well-built men that have made it into the quarterfinals. Let's talk first of all about Conan Chris Walker.
Chris Walker, I'm very familiar with Chris Walker coming from the Atlanta, Georgia area. Chris Walker, blessed with a lot of height, but he packs it all into that body. Take a look at Chris Walker's body. Ripped up stomach, they call it in bodybuilding. You can see every one of those muscles. You can see them in his arm, in his chest, in his neck, in his face even. You can see the man's muscles. He is put together.
Let's talk about another man who may not be blessed in height, but maybe what he lacks in height, he mixed up with an attitude. Big Bully Busick.
Big Bully Busick is not blessed with a lot of height, but I guarantee you he is one of the strongest wrestlers in professional wrestling. He doesn't have the abs that Chris Walker has. He doesn't have the great definition in his arms, but the man can go in the gym and he can push weight like nobody's business. But it's an old axiom, Craig. Weights don't fight back, and Big Bully Busick is going to find here in the GWF, these wrestlers do.
Well, if those guys have a lack of height, the following man has maybe too much. Rasta the Voodoo Man.
Rasta the Voodoo Man, the most incredible athlete in Global Wrestling Federation. You'll see him. He's got the great face paint. He's got the great body. But more than anything else, he's got that stick.
I still don't know what it's about.
Now, he doesn't use that in the ring, and you'll see this. He just like points it at you, and whenever he points it at you, have an injury there. It's the most incredible thing.
Maybe it's a case of just bad luck flowing through the power of Rasta the Voodoo Man.
Maybe.
They're having to go against some pretty tough individuals themselves, and Buddy Landell. We're also talking about exotic Adrian Street, skipping and prancing around the ring, and also hustler Rip Rogers, who is trying to sell everybody on everything. We will talk about those men more in particular next time as we move on towards the semifinals, the finals, and that all-important coin flip to find out who will be in the championship match. We'll talk about it more next time on the Wrestling News Center.
In the Global Dome, Bonnie Blackstone back once again with two of our great wrestling fans who like to ask questions. What are your names?
I'm Suzanne.
I'm Jennifer. All right, Suzanne and Jennifer. Earlier you were talking about Axel Rotten. What was your question?
What is the Commonwealth champion?
And
what does it represent?
All right, we will ask Axel Rotten in this edition, what is a Commonwealth champion and what region it represents when we come back a little bit later here on our interview platform for the Global Wrestling Federation. Stay with us.
Oh, where has our sweet Norman gone?
I don't know, but he ended up in Karachi, Pakistan, because now he's calling himself Mucken Singh. And there's a good look at this massive, mean, vile, and nasty individual. We won't see many teddy bears around him at all. Almost for the main course.
The purveyor of the Karachi Crunch going in against a man who is, as he says, a whole new man. Terry Garvin, a fan favorite. Absolutely loved by the fans in the Global Dome.
Well, you heard him say earlier, these are his people. and he loves the people at the Global Dome, but that man right there doesn't love much of anything except Karachi, Pakistan. I understand they have a pretty good high school football team over there, and he's a big supporter of them, but past that, he doesn't like much of anything.
Except in Pakistan, football is what we call soccer, as Mucken Singh unwraps the turban and just kind of throws it down to the ring official. The winner of this match will face the winner of Hustler Rip Rogers against Conan Chris Walker, still to come on this edition of Supercard.
What a great tournament it has been. We have seen Terry Garvin defeat the Hitman last time. Mucken Singh put down Private Terry Daniels to get to this round in the tournament. This is for the GWF Television Championship. That's the Global Wrestling Federation. They're coming from all over. Oh, no. And Terry Garvin is not the man you want to slap. I don't care how big you are in there, Mucken Singh. Terry Garvin will not put up with that type of activity at all.
Terry Garvin, back when he had a little bit different image, a member of the world-class tag team champions. And now when he's kind of showing a little bit of the old locks from the back, pumped up a little bit, he's ready for individual competition, but I don't know if he's ready to face Mucken Singh. Oh, maybe he is. He says, no, maybe I am ready. Well, thank you for correcting me, Mr. G.
Look at how big Mucken Singh is. He is a huge individual. I think since he went through the transformation from Norman to Mucken Singh, he's put on a good bit of weight there, Craig. He's a big fella. But I tell you what, he's not one you're going to sing the Fatty Fatty 2x4 song to. This is a put-together guy. He can go in the gym and hang with any of them. He just doesn't have that Chris Conan Walker or Patriot physique. But I'm not going to mess with him. I don't know about you.
Well, Garvin with the upper hand on the upper arm. As Garvin, one of the pre-tournament favorites for the light heavyweight championship, having to face one of the heavyweights as Mucken Singh came down, and he may have hurt whatever part of the body you want to call that.
I don't know. I know what we would have called it if it had been on Norman.
Matter of fact, I think a guy named Gil Janklowitz might call that the Okole.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, see.
That's Hawaiian, not quite Mexican.
Wow,
oh! Garvin just moving out of the way and trying to get a drop kick. Mucken Singh says no 2 times.
It's like drop kicking the wall here at the Global Dome. Garvin just can't put a dent in it.
Garvin trying to get up. I think the sheer massive size of Mucken Singh may have been shaking the ropes a little bit, and by the time Garvin was ready to come off, Singh just brushed him away like a Pakistani fly.
Garvin showing a little bit of desperation here as he slipped getting up on the ropes because of when Mucken Singh takes a step, the entire building shakes, so Garvin couldn't get up there. The ropes are still shaking. When he finally got up there, Singh was ready for him, just threw him on down into the mat. Garvin's getting a little bit desperate, but now he's got the people behind him. You hear that chant, go Terry, go. They want him to fire up and beat the maniacal man from Pakistan, Mucken Singh.
Singh giving Garvin a guided tour of the turnbuckle, now going to send him into the rope and gets him with a Pakistani clothesline.
Pakistani clothesline, huh? Got a name for everything, and you saw that clothesline didn't catch him in the throat like most of them do. It was right across the chest, and that sent Terry Garvin for a spin. You saw him just turn a complete flip in the air and land on the ring. Now
over the top rope, which is not a disqualification in the GWF. That is what a lot of people here in the arena think. It's an automatic disqualification, but here in the GWF, it is not a disqualification, and the fans are shocked because that's such a dangerous move. Singh takes Garvin right onto the hardwood stage.
Oh, no.
The arm of Mucken Singh coming down. Singh back into the ring to break the count and take more punishment out on Terry Garvin.
This is horrible, Craig. He could really do some permanent damage to Terry Garvin.
Everyone around the stage area is scurrying. The referee continues the count. Singh takes him into the ring post.
He moved that ring 3 inches, and that thing is anchored to the ground. How do you do that? Singh is just annihilating Terry Garvin. And now Singh looking for support from the crowd. I don't think he's going to get it. No, he didn't. Let's try out here at the Global Dome knows a bad thing when they smell it, and there it is right there, Mucken Singh.
Well, just a few months ago, that man was one of the most popular men in wrestling. Now, having his way with Terry Garvin. Garvin goes for the sunset flip. And, oh, down he goes. This will do it. 1, 2.
What has got into him?
Now, that is the finishing move we're used to seeing out of Norman, but apparently that's his way to say Norman is no more.
Norman gained many victories over the likes of Brian Pillman, over the likes of Tommy Rich with that move, but now he doesn't think he's worthy of pinning an opponent with that move. He has to do this. He has to do it.
He sends them into the ropes, getting ready for the move he's done for, the Karate Crunch.
Oh.
Good night, Mr. Garvin. As we go back and take a look, some of the fans not liking what they see. How would you like to see this coming at you, right at you?
Bring me in here somebody that can beat up.
We'll be back with more after this.
You American punks.
We're back in with the Nature Boy, Buddy Landell.
Tongue twister, wasn't it, Craig? You're good, you're good. But just because you're at the top of your game, don't come out here and try to overshadow the Nature Boy, Buddy Landell, like so many others in the past have done. And thank goodness for ESPN, where the Nature Boy, Buddy Landell can be Nature Boy, Buddy Landell. I can be talented. You know, because in other organizations that I will not name, it seems like if you're talented, then it's the kiss of death. So that's why I take long, lengthy vacations. Nature Boy Buddy Landell's here in ESPN. I just got through beating Gary Young. Controversial, be that as it may, but I come out with my hand to the winner. And I'm getting ready to wrestle my good friend, Bully, what's his name? Busick.
Big Bully Busick.
Big Bully Busick. Well, hey, just because he's my friend, I don't have to know everything about him, do I?
Well, he's a very tough wrestler from Powerhouse Hill. You're a pretty well-built individual yourself.
Yeah, he's real tough, but bad breath ain't everything. So I just hope that he brushes and flosses and everything we're getting ready. The Nature Boy Buddy Landell is here in ESPN, going to run havoc. I rule wrestling. Don't forget it.
The Nature Boy Buddy Landell, apparently with no impediments in his way, on his way to possibly the television championship. Now Bonnie Blackstone has the answer to the question the fans asked earlier right here.
Bonnie Blackstone with Axel Rotten here in the Global Dome. As you know, we're answering some of our GWF fans' viewers' questions. Earlier, it was asked of you about being or calling yourself, claiming to be, the champion of the Commonwealth. Well, you don't have a belt or anything, but okay, the Commonwealth champion. Tell us about that, what it represents.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it right here, you little twit, and I'll tell all you American people exactly what it means. Axel Rotten is the Commonwealth champion of Great Britain. The Global Wrestling Federation is bloody worldwide. And Axel Rotten from Newcastle, England, is here to tell you right now that the Global Championship and any other championship is demeaning to me. The Commonwealth title is the one that I've got and all you people want. So you people in this cultural desert of America will soon find out that Axel Rotten is the bloody good Commonwealth champion. So you and all your friends out there in TV land bloody well find out Axel Rotten is the greatest Brit in the world.
You heard it here.
Here's your opponent from Atlanta, GA, Chris Walker!
Man known as Conan, Chris Walker from Atlanta, Georgia, this quarterfinal matchup as he takes on the man who'll sell you just about anything, possibly even the ring, Hustler Rip Rogers.
Well, there's a good look at the Ripper from Seymour, Indiana. Rip Rogers, who held several regional bodybuilding titles early in his career. He is put together in that ring, but nothing is put together like that Greek god body on Chris Walker. This is going to be a great match, Craig.
First of all, before we get too far into the action, can you believe that Axel Rotten?
Unbelievable. Axel Rotten, I don't know, weirdo. He's from Britain over there. Every time I've been to Britain, every time I've been to England, Scotland, Ireland, the people have just been very polite, going out of their way to be nice to you. They're helpful. They're just very courteous people. And then when Axel Rotten Granted, I was kind of jaded by his name. When I heard he was coming into the GWF, I thought, well, he's going to be a British guy. He's going to be nice. He's not.
One thing he does not have is a body like that. Chris Walker, one of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet, and that body just made out of a lot of hard work and determination, lots of hours in the gym.
He's been taking a lot of vitamins to get that body. He's been doing a lot of weightlifting. He's been doing a lot of training, and I'll tell you something else that helps you to get a body like that. That's dieting. That's something I couldn't do. You got to diet, eat the right foods to get that chiseled look on your stomach. Chris Walker absolutely loves to train.
As a matter of fact, just before the matchup, I offered Chris a soda, and he said, no soda. It just builds up a lot of water and a lot of stuff in your body, which isn't good for a man with a body like mine and a guy who claims to have won a lot of bodybuilding titles. Hustler Rip Rogers in there says he's the fittest man in wrestling, but I'll let you compare. Is it the man on the right, Chris Walker, or is it the man coming up, Rip Rogers?
Well, I think Rip Rogers was the St. Ignatius Nursing Home Open champion in bodybuilding in 1943. But it was a title he's proud of. And now a test of strength here, and that's how far it gets with somebody like Rip Rogers. I saw Rip Rogers trying to sell somebody umbrellas outside.
It's not raining.
He was selling a few, though, unbelievably. He had a little squirt gun. He had some assistants squirting up the top of the building.
Well, right now, Rip Rogers goes under the leapfrog and arm drag by Conan Chris Walker.
He is a big fella.
Rip may be wanting to buy some Doan's pills after that move.
He certainly want to buy some insurance, I think, because when you go in there against Chris Walker, you are not going to walk out of that ring the same man you were when you walked in, even if by hook or by crook you walk out with a victory. And that's not an easy task against the big fella from Atlanta, Georgia. You are going to be in some real pain when you walk out of that ring. And I'd love to have a chance to go see Rip in the dressing room after this, just to see exactly how he fared in there. Win or lose, I guarantee he's going to be bruised up when he sits back there in the dressing room.
Well, one thing Rip Rogers has maybe to his advantage is the boss has told him he must win the tournament.
Who is the boss? We've heard Mucken Singh talk about the boss. We've heard Rip Rogers talk about the boss. Who is the boss? I know who my boss is. I know who your boss is. I don't know who their boss is. I know who, my friends' bosses are. Are they so ashamed of the guy they don't want to call him, well, he's so-and-so and so-and-so, and he's the boss? They just call him the boss. Who is this guy?
Obviously, financing the moves. No, he's not financing this move, but maybe the insurance as Conan Chris Walker picks him up and lays him down.
I wonder if the boss is aware of the business acumen of Rip Rogers. He could probably earn him a lot more money in another area of his endeavors. Selling ice to the Eskimos, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Walker taken into the turnbuckle by the Hustler. Chop by Rip. Snapmare to the elbow. Right between the chin and the sternum. Now ripping at the nose. Maybe that's where he earned that first name. A scratch of the back that Chris Walker not exactly enjoying, and now the hands to the throat.
Can you imagine somebody being a kid with a name like Rip? Can you imagine going through second grade, everybody's named Irving and Lucretius and Craig and Scott and Joe and everything else, and you got a name like Rip? That's not stacking the deck. This guy wasn't going to be a hairdresser or anything.
Well, Rip thought he was gypped there with a count of 2, thinking it was 3, trying to sell senior referee Sean O'Brien on the fact that it was 3. Now going to the shortcuts that the Hustler is known for.
Well, senior referee Sean O'Brien will not fall for any of Rip's shenanigans in there, unlike a few people I've seen around here driving around in rental cars with looking a lot like an escort with the word Porsche painted on the side.
The Pacer is the one I have seen him trying to pawn off.
I don't even want to talk about that. $48 a day.
That's yours?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that, and I was ashamed to be seen with you, but get out of the way! We've made up for it. Oh, Rip Rogers saying, get out of the way. Time for me to go to, maybe a mistake. Well, there's the welcome mat laid out, and I think Rogers gets a close look at it right there. Walker says, bring it on, my friend. Don't try to sell me a bill of goods, because I'll take you to the cleaners. You don't own that place. Hip toss by Walker. Oh, look how he got up there on that drop kick, and Rogers may need to buy a pair of scissors to get out of the ropes. He tried to get out of the way of the drop kick.
Walker would have none of that. Walker himself took him out of the predicament he was in. Right back. Walker wants to win this match on the merits. He doesn't want to come up with some kind of, he's stuck in the ropes, I'm going to beat him that way type thing. He got him out of the ropes, put him right back in the middle of the ring. You got to admire Chris Walker for that. Now watch this.
Rogers shakes the rope, is going up, is going to try a superplex off the middle rope, has Walker set up, trying to pull him over. Walker has nothing enough to headbutt. Sends Rip to the canvas. Walker climbs the ropes up on the third strand, has his balance. Cross body lock. That's one. That's two. It's three. Walker goes on to the semi.
Your winner of the match from Atlanta, Georgia, Chris Walker.
Scott and I will be back. We'll talk to Big Bully Busick and wrap this edition up when we return. Scott Hudson along with Craig Johnson along with Big Bully Busick joining us.
You got a light?
No, I sure don't. And I know that Scott is curious about your next opponent.
We understand that you and Buddy Landell are going to tie up the next time, Big Bully Busick. I thought you and Buddy were big buddies.
Let me explain something to you. Buddy Landell has got more credentials than Carter got Liverpool pills. The man has been everywhere. He is the toughest. He is the roughest. He can do whatever he wants to do in the ring. He's got numerous victories against every known wrestling man in the world. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. It's Big Bully Busick and Buddy Landell.
Well, I just want to know, where is this Weirton, West Virginia? Is that where Powerhouse Hill is?
Let me explain something to you. Powerhouse Hill is located right above number 4 gate out of Weirton Steel Company, the largest independently owned steel mill in the world. Over 30,000 people. We can do it, and the most powerful steel mill in the world. And Big Bully Busick's there, and that's where he gets his strength.
Do they have any Nintendo games there?
What are you talking about, Nintendo?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What is it with this Nintendo?
We've had some great action today on the program, including a great match with the Patriot.
Oh, absolutely. The Patriot are forced to be reckoned with here in Global Wrestling Federation. The body, the attitude. He's from every American hometown. He is the Patriot. He is a force to be reckoned with, Craig.
Billy Black in some great action.
Billy Black, international wrestling star. Very heavy Japanese commitments for Billy Black. He goes over there, he learns, he trains. He absolutely is going to be a major force in Global Championship Wrestling.
And next time, we'll continue the tournament. We will see this man in action against Buddy Landell in one of